One of the biggest roadblocks you will face as a writer or as a blogger is coming up with content ideas. I know this because I have been through it. But the truth is that you do not have to run out of content ideas. As a matter of fact, in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you 8 tools, 8 of them that you can use to find ideas for days so that you never run out of content ideas. Hey there, bosses, you're welcome to my channel once again. If this is our first time meeting, hey there, I'm Jean Ontra. I'm a content writer. I've written content for $1 million health brands, and I'm a blogger as well. I'm also the author of Win at Freelance, writing a guide to help you make your first $5,000 as a freelance writer. Link in the description. So the first tool I want to talk about is a tool that I recently came across called Soof. Okay, at first I was like, how do you say this? It's Soof. Okay, and what Soof does is when you type in soof.com, it will bring up a page very much like the Google interface, and you'll be able to type in a keyword. When you type in the keyword, instead of it bringing up search results like you would have on Google, it actually pulls up keyword and key phrase suggestions that are popular on different websites. So you see here Yahoo, Google, on Amazon, on YouTube. And I thought that this is such a great tool because if you're creating content or creating any type of product for any of these websites or any of these search engines, you could use this tool to find out the ones that are searched the most. Plus, it's giving you content ideas. So I think that Soof is a great tool for you to check out. It's super easy to use, and it will give you some ideas for you to write about. Second tool I'll talk about is Google AutoSuggest. You have seen this, but maybe you haven't taken note. So today I'm pointing it out to you. So when you go into Google to search, you'll notice that when you begin typing, Google will complete the thing for you. Okay, it will complete it for you. Now, as you begin to type it in, I want you to just stop and look at the suggestions that Google is giving you. This is an indication. This tells you basically what people are looking for, the exact phrases people are typing into Google to search for this particular subject that you're typing in. So for instance, over here, I'm typing freelance writing, and you can see all the different suggestions for freelance writing that somebody may type into Google, the exact phrases. Now, you don't want to stop there, okay? You also want to scroll down. When you do this, when you search for a particular term on Google, when you're done searching, I want you to scroll all the way to the bottom. At the bottom, you will see other keyword suggestions that are also indications of what people are typing into Google. And this is another cue for you to use as you try to come up with content ideas. The third tool, okay, I've mentioned on this channel before is UberSuggest. UberSuggest is a tool by internet marketing OG Neil Patel. If you want to watch that video where I did a full tutorial on UberSuggest, you want to check out this video right here. Now, with UberSuggest, there are multiple things you can do with it, and I explain more in that video. But one of the things I love to use it for is to find keyword ideas on popular blogs for a particular subject. So you guys know I'm a freelance writer. That means I have clients, and these clients have competitors. If those competitors have a blog, what I'll do is I'll go take that competitor website, plug it into UberSuggest, and look at what keywords and what key phrases are bringing the most people to that competitor's website. I can then go ahead and download these keywords as an Excel spreadsheet, and I can save it on my computer and go back to refer to it from time to time when I need more ideas. So I don't need to run this search like multiple times. I just do it once. I have a list, and then I keep that. And also another great thing about UberSuggest is that it gives you something called SEO difficulty. And essentially what this means for us writers and bloggers, okay, who want to get traffic to our blogs, is that it will tell you how difficult it is for you to show up in Google search for that particular keyword. And so usually I find that when that keyword difficulty or SEO difficulty is below 50, the clients that I've written for, those clients' blog posts tend to rank and search on page 1 Okay, page 1 is like the thing that everybody is trying to hit when it comes to internet marketing. And so looking at that SEO difficulty can be really helpful in helping you create content that can show up in Google search. Another tool I love is a tool called Quora. Quora.com. Quora.com. Quora.com is a question and answer website. Now, the reason I love Quora is because there are real people on there asking real questions. And so chances are they're going to probably type it into Google. So for instance, I tend to go on Quora.com to answer some of these questions. And a question that somebody recently asked was, how do I come up with content ideas for my blog? And I'm like, I'm going to make a video about that. And I could also write a blog post about that, because that's a question that somebody is actively asking. And so if you go on Quora and you type in whatever it is that, you want, whatever subject is you want to write about, you're going to find questions related to that topic. You can take each one of those questions and answer those in a piece of written content. Another tool that's really not similar, but also gives you questions that people are asking specifically on Google is Answer the Public. Now, Answer the Public used to be that tool that you could use multiple times for free, but it's not like that anymore. Nowadays, they only let you do 3 searches per day. So, you can use your 3 searches per day, or you can pay, you can upgrade to the pro version. But essentially, I'm just looking at my notes, but essentially, with Answer the Public, one of the things that you want to do, again, is just like Quora, go and type in the subject that you like to write about. And what Answer the Public will do is bring up a list of questions that people are asking. And again, with Answer the Public, just like UberSuggest, you can download a CSV file, which is very similar to an Excel spreadsheet, and you can keep that on your computer so that you can refer to that over and over again. Google Trends is the next one I wanted to talk about. Now, Google Trends, you kind of need a little bit of, there's a bit of a learning curve there, okay? But don't be intimidated by it, because the wonderful thing about trends is that if you catch a trend at the very early part of it, even when you catch it in the middle, it can really bring a lot of momentum, whether it's even your YouTube channel, your Instagram page, blogs, right here, we're talking about blogs and so on. But usually if you're able to catch a trend at the early part of it, then it allows you to become known in that particular niche, right, as one of the forerunners. So one of the things that I have begun to like to do is just type in a question in Google Trends. So you go to google.com/trends, you type in something, and you will begin to see where the search volume for that particular key phrase or question began to take off, or if people are even asking this question at all. So you can really do that. So one of the little tricks I'll throw in here is, if you go to Answer the Public, for instance, and you download the questions that people are asking about your subject, you could take one of those questions and put it into Google Trends and see, what's the trend on this? Like, are people really actively asking this question? How many people are searching for this per month? Where in the world are they searching for this? And I think that gives you a wealth of information and allows you to come up with some of those ideas. And one of the things that Google Trends will do is, when you search for the question that you have, they will also give related questions. So again, there is another way for you to come up with content ideas. So just in line with, the questions that I was talking about, people listening to the questions that people ask, is going to places like online forums and Facebook communities. I feel like Facebook communities these days have overtaken, in some ways, forums. In the early 2000s, forums were really popular. I think they're still popular, but I feel like they're not as popular these days. Anyway, you can go on forums, you can go on Facebook communities, and you can go into these places and really listen to questions that people are asking. Another great thing that you can do, now you have to make sure that this falls within the rules of the Facebook community, is ask questions, to the group. Again, you have to be careful, because not every Facebook community likes that. So you want to make sure that that's not what you're doing. You're not breaking any rules. If that's allowed, then go ahead and ask questions. Find out what are the real problems people have, because out of that, you'll be able to create content that is relevant and content that people will be happy to share, because it's a common question that people have. So this one that I'm about to talk to you about, I'm learning to use this myself, okay? So you should try it yourself and see how well it works for you. So Amazon Kindle, right? I know it doesn't sound like the place you go find content ideas, but I think Amazon Kindle can be a great source of content ideas. Here's why. There are people that have written books on subjects that are pretty popular, which means that people looking for this content, right? One of the things that you can do is find a popular book in the niche that you write in. So let's say you write about pregnancy and then you put pregnancy in, the search bar in Amazon Kindle, and then there are books that come up. What you can do is usually Amazon will have something called the look inside feature. You can look at that and look at the headings, look at the titles for each of the chapters in the book. That could also spark ideas. You don't usually get to read the whole book. You could definitely buy the book if you're interested in it, but the look inside feature allows you to see like the first 10 or so pages. And usually the table of contents is there. So you could look at that and use that to come up with some content ideas as well. So those are the 8 content idea tools that I have for you. I think even just using a handful of them will have you have content ideas for years and years, for days and days. So let me know in the comments below which of these tools you had never thought about using as a content discovery tool. Let me know in the comments below. And if you like this video, make sure to hit a thumbs up. It helps the YouTube algorithm suggest this video to more people.